What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about narcissistic injury, narcissistic rage, narcissistic collapse. If it's your first time here, my name is Lodonis Dragonstorm. Please subscribe and like and share out your favorite video. Greatly appreciate you and all my fellow thrivers and survivors of narcissistic abuse. A narcissistic injury happens when a narcissist, well, for a few reasons. One, if their grandiosity, their worldview, their, the way that they need to see things in order to protect their fragile ego is threatened. If they are made to be held accountable for something that they have done, that will create a narcissistic injury. If they lose supply, if they don't have any supply, no one to manipulate, if they've just run out of people to charm, manipulate, smear, love bomb, get, negative or positive fuel from, that will create a narcissistic injury. The reason they get a narcissistic injury at its core is because narcissists don't have an authentic self. They never healed what is inside of them. They're very shameful of who they are. It's in the very same way that when you are in a relationship with a narcissist, or I guess a family member as well, if you try to tell a narcissist how you felt, how they've made you feel, what they've done to you, if you try and hold them in any way accountable for their actions and how it has caused pain, that actually triggers shame inside the narcissist, and their defense mechanisms then take over. And their defense mechanism is to gaslight you, blame you, avoid it altogether. Well, why are you asking me these questions? You catch a narcissist cheating, and they're gonna say, well, why are you going through my phone? Why are you doing that? They will immediately shift any responsibility because of the shame that they feel inside. They don't have an authentic self to protect that broken inner child, that broken self. And so they have to protect using the defense mechanisms, the toxic defense mechanisms that they have developed over time in order to protect that narcissistic injury. If the narcissistic injury is great enough, let's say they've run out of supply, or they've been exposed for who they are, or put in a position where they are made to be held accountable for what they've done, and there's no way to escape that, then that will trigger narcissistic rage. Narcissistic rage is when their mask falls off. Have you ever had a fight, or if you've never encountered a narcissist, good for you, but if you've ever had a fight with one, you will notice that some people say that their eyes go black. They have like a blackness in them. Or if you're dealing with a narcissistic sociopath, their eyes will get glassy, because that is like their true self. That is the one that loves the manipulation, loves the lies, loves the triangulation, loves destroying other people. And narcissistic rage, that happens after an injury, and at that point, that narcissist will do anything that they have to do to protect their worldview. Lie, manipulate, all of the manipulative skills. You're talking about a person who's gone through life absorbing other people, mirroring other people, manipulating situations, manipulating, that's how they live. It's how they exist, is through manipulation. So they're going to go back to that. But when the mask falls off, when you're dealing with narcissistic rage, they have no control. They have no control over, they've lost all control over themselves. They have to get vengeance on anyone or anything that has been perceived as the aggressor. And they will go as far as to manufacture evidence. They will go as far as to say or do whatever they can in order to provoke a reaction, in order to protect that fragile ego that they have constructed, that false self. And honestly, depending on the type of narcissist that you're dealing with, because some can be physically abusive, if you feel threatened, like if you feel threatened for your safety, go to the authorities, go to the police. Do what you have to do to protect yourself. Some narcissists will just run and hide. Some will fall into narcissistic collapse, which is another thing that can trigger narcissistic rage. Narcissistic collapse is when their false self has failed. They have been exposed. They have lost supply. There is no one left to manipulate. There's no one left to blame. There's no one left to get the control that they need over someone else in order to feel control over themselves. And that creates narcissistic rage. When you are dealing with a narcissistic personality who has lost it, mask has fallen off, they're exposing exactly who they are. They're using, every bit of their they're employing every bit of their manipulation in order to try and destroy a target to get a reaction, to be a black hole. Narcissists are black holes. They destroy life after life after life. When they get to that point, feeding into it is what they're looking for. Protect yourself. If they're a physically abusive person, they're flying off, they've created a narcissistic injury, they're going to narcissistic collapse, and they are now entering the narcissistic rage aspect of this. Protect yourself. Do not engage unless you absolutely have to. Like if you have kids with a narcissist, if it's anything legal, defend your name. If that narcissist is threatening you physically, go to the police, go to the authorities, get a no contact, get a restraining order, whatever it is that you have to do. But understand that a narcissistic personality, while protecting their false self, their false ego, is capable of anything. Absolutely anything. You're talking about a devious person who does not care about others. That's why they do what they do. That's why they have no issue lying, manipulating, scheming, creating scenarios, creating evidence, creating drama, creating whatever they can in order to get the attention that they seek for any feeling of control over their lives, which is an external. It's not internal. They have no control inside. So it's all external. A person like that will do anything. They are capable of they're capable of anything, and you must do what you need to do in order to protect yourself, brothers and sisters. Stay no contact. Like you could not talk to a narc for 3 months, 6 months. Like this, because they're manic people. So you're always in their head. You could not talk to them for 3, 6 months, a year. And all of a sudden out of nowhere, because that narcissist has run out of supply, or that narcissist has been exposed by someone else for who they are. It doesn't matter what caused the injury and what invokes the rage. If they feel as though they can do something in order to provoke a response, devalue, smear campaign, whatever it is, on you, and you haven't talked to them in forever, they're going to do that. So keep your boundaries strong and remember everything that you have learned about emotional reactivity. Don't fall for emotional reactivity. Respond. And responding is sometimes saying nothing at all. Keep your boundaries strong. Stay no contact. And just watch yourself, seriously. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other, and never again suffer that fool. Run!